Episode 3. We are mounting the gas tank today. I've been putting it off because it seems, I'm going to jinx myself, but it seems easy. So I've just been putting it off, but I think now's the time. Maybe we'll also install mid controls or something. I don't know, but we'll start with the tank and see where that takes us. Alright, welded in. As always, could be better. But also I think could be worse. So I'm going to clean them up, put a little radius on them a bit, and I think we're good. It's on there. I think it looks good. Pretty straight on. I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, I don't think it's quite perfect. Either the bars maybe tilt a little to the left, or the forks aren't straight right now, but I think it's pretty good. Here's how the bike sits now. This is the first time I've had it on its side on the kickstand like this with the motor in. I gotta be honest, I don't have a lot of faith in that. But it seems to be okay. I kind of like the stance right now. It's definitely coming together. Plan today is to get this headlight mounted, like so. I'm gonna need to drill a hole through the lower triple tree clamp, whatever it's called. Also, I'm not sure if the bolt on this is long enough to actually go through the whole thing, so we'll see what happens there. I think I'm gonna drop out the whole thing, take it all apart so that I can get this clamp separate and then maybe throw it in the drill press to make the hole. I'm a little worried about freehanding it. So yeah, let's get to it. I don't think I've ever officially used a drill press. I got this from some guy who was retiring as a woodworker. So my plan, and again, feel free to tell me how to do it the right way, but I don't want to take out this bearing from here. So I'm going to hang this off from the edge right here. Sits nice and flush. And then I'll clamp it as much as I can, and then I'm just going to rotate and align the table till it's at the right spot and then drill through. Probably start with a small bit and then work my way up. Okay, not bad. I felt good. It was easy to drill through. I think it's probably aluminum. Now I just have to be really careful stepping up the drill bit size, I guess, so I don't miss the hole, but I feel good about that. Cool. All right, successfully have a 1/2 inch hole. The screw for the bracket is 3/8. So I started with that, but obviously it's the exact size, so I just went the next step up, which was a 1/2. Yeah, I feel good about it. I might need to clear this out a little bit, these ridges. I'm not quite sure how to do that, but I don't know if there'll be enough clearance for the nut to go on, so I'll figure that out. Maybe a 1/2 hour later of filing, I was able to get the nut on the bottom of this thing to thread on, but I'm not happy with it. It's like a thread and a half. I think instead of continuing to like thin out this piece, I'm just gonna get a new block to mount this onto, you know, a longer post at the bottom. Overall though, I'm really happy with the positioning. I'm satisfied that I got it right in the center. I think it's gonna be sweet. I think it looks good. Yeah, we'll call it 90% done. So my main camera is dead, but I don't feel like waiting for it to charge. So I think I'm gonna try mounting the oil tank. I think it's gonna go something like this, tilted back as much as possible. It's really the only way I can see to make it fit without hitting the chain. I have a little piece of string, I don't know if you can even see it, where the chain will be, or having this fill cap hit up front if it's flipped around. So I think this is what I'm gonna do. I just need to make a new bracket that'll mount up here. I'm just gonna basically do the same thing, but with a little bend in it so I can weld it to the frame. Hopefully that'll work. It'll kind of sit like that with the oil lines on either side of the frame. Spent way too much time working on these little brackets. I think this will work. It holds it in place. It's rubber mounted. I wonder how the weld will go here, but I think I'm gonna slap it on there, and if it bites me in the ass later, well, so be it. Just wanted to show, I went through like quite a few iterations of these little brackets to hold oil tank on. So they kind of attach like this, and then that way they can go along the frame rail. These were the first ones that I made. They're just bent and pretty ugly. I then made this version, which I welded, which I don't know if that's stronger than a bend or not. Probably weaker with my welding, but I thought it looked better, but I made this angle wrong here. So I remade these again, and that is now what is welded on. So it took way too long. You know, it's progress. I'm learning a lot. I did get the seat, and obviously this fender, this isn't mounted yet. But that did come in, plus the seat and then the exhaust as well. So I might have the exhaust kind of thrown on. I'm gonna throw the seat on, get the tank mounted, oil tank mounted in there, and give you guys kind of a little sneak peek at sort of the shape the bike is taking. So this is where we're at so far. Seat is not mounted, fender's not mounted, oil tank is mounted. I think it's got plenty of clearance. It does move quite a bit on these kind of bushings or whatever they are, grommets. But I don't think it'll make any contact there. I'll have the seat flip up to access the fill cap and the two feed lines, and then I think the other feed line is down here on the bottom. So that's looking cool. Going with kind of I don't know, I think it's a Cobra short shot or something like that. Cobra Speedster, something like that, I can't remember. This is just mounted there to make sure there's clearance for the oil tank. It's coming together, starting to look cool. Getting excited. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I know it's a slow process. That's all for this one. I'll see you next time.